How are you, sir?
What's he doing?
Just laying underneath my desk.
Because he's extraordinarily chill.
Yeah, I moved my footrest and I hit him. But
He likes hanging out with you.
yeah, he does. You're such a good boy.
Until she gets mad at you and yells at you.
They're all good cats for the most part. Some of them are bigger dicks than others. Man.
Good morning, everybody. We're doing an impromptu live while the missus does her wifely duties. I can't make videos yet this morning because she's got to vacuum and do dishes and
Fucking balls. It's good. Everybody want to know why I have to vacuum and do dishes? Because you don't make enough money for me to have a service come in and do this. I said what I said. If you want to be a dick, I'll be a dick.
oh shit.
You might actually have one, but I could be a bigger.
I love it. Guten Morgen. Let's see what we got here this morning. Anal idiots. Yeah, why? No, go ahead, vacuum. Oh, nice. My analytics are looking pretty good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, you're here at the beginning. I've been live for 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Good morning, good morning. Dun, 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 dun. How am I? Fixing to be a lot better right now. Central Georgia, hello. Don't smoke, fuck you. Good morning to you too, Jose. Mukesh, hello, how are you? You just got out of Pelican Bay? I have no advice for you. Stop smoking now. Suck my entire nutsack. Suck it while I'm smoking. Howdy to Miss Powell. She must be an awesome, brave woman to live with Cuddly Tom. It's frightening sometimes. I don't do shout outs. Is that a blunt? I don't do blunts. That's a joint. I am not your big papa. Nope, can't say your name. I saw a protest in Joliet yesterday when we were driving through. Three hands in the air like you just don't care. Do you prefer indica, sativa, or hybrids? I prefer whatever the fuck my guy's got next. Usually sativa. It's just Boris. Susan, I know the feeling. My eyes have melted. Not completely, I can still see. How do you pick what to make your videos about? Whatever's going on in the news, whatever people are talking about, whatever's happening. I don't do shout outs. I don't know what fucking part of that these people just do not grasp. I don't do shout outs. You want me to give your brother a birthday shout out? Go to Cameo and pay for it. I'm on Cameo. I do video shout outs. I don't just do shout outs because then it becomes, the whole fucking thing becomes a shout out. So there's the bottom line for you. They see me blazing. They hate them. A shout in. How long until we see tariffs take effect on prices of goods? Probably within a couple of weeks. I'll be right back. Not trying to hot box this early in the fucking day. You know what I'm saying? Chair stream. Hey, every now and again, you got to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Dual citizen, Canada and the United States. Thank you for all your work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Wake and bake. Indeed. Lafayette, Indiana. I have not seen that. What happened? It's in the 30s in Missouri. It's probably in the upper 30s, lower 40s here right now. It's going to go up to 50s or 60s today. Oh, she walked outside. That's why there's motion at my Ring doorbell. Oh, the snake in the house? Yeah, no, we're not fucking staying in a house with a fucking snake in it. We're not doing that. That's not a thing. We're not going to be, oh, well, couldn't find it today. We'll get back at it tomorrow. No. We're going to solve that problem right there. Is that an Italian colored America shirt to symbolize a certain individual who has the same name as Mario brother? No, it's not. This is a Mexican colored MAGA shirt that says MAGA. Mexicans aren't going anywhere. Wishing everyone an awesome Sunday. Indeedy heebie-jeebie. I'm going to make a little content because that's what I do for a living. I'm going to make a little content. I'm going to go. I got a couple of grocery order pickups. One at Sam's Club. One at the Wally World Walmart. I'm going to swing by my my mother-in-law's house and drop off a pan of chicken enchiladas for her and my father-in-law. Where did you get the grateful guitar? Appreciate you fighting for morality and constitutional integrity. Okay, pause in asking questions if you could, please. They want to know about this guitar. So there's a little bit of a backstory on the guitar, just a small backstory, and that is as follows. This is a music tribute wall. It's one of two. There's another one in front of me. It's the acts that I listen to the most. And I didn't want it to be just pictures of artists, so I mixed in things that I've gotten over the years and yada, yada, yada. And I wanted to bring an actual sense of music element into, even though I do not know how to play. And you can see this neck of a guitar back here, sitting on a stand on the floor. This is a cheap acoustic guitar. That was hanging there, just to bring a sense of music to the wall. In October of 2020, the owner of the local music shop in town, who we know, gave me a call and said, hey, this fell into my lap. Do you want to buy it before I put it out for everybody else to potentially buy it? And I said, well, of course I would love to have it, but I don't know how to play the guitar. And that really should go to somebody who knows how to play. And I passed that up. I passed on it. And then he called my wife and said, are we sure he doesn't want this guitar? And she said, of course he wants it. He just won't buy it. And so she bought it behind my back and she hid it. And December of 2020, we did the Christmas thing. We opened up all of our gifts. And as I was starting to do what dads do and clean up all the paper and break down all the boxes, she goes, oh, I have one more gift for you. And she brought this out. And so it's been hanging here since December 25th, 2020. Are you Muslim? No, I'm atheist. I don't believe in any deity, God, supreme being, heaven, hell, whatever. My wife is phenomenal. She also got me that serograph of Jerry Garcia, and probably half of the pictures that are on this wall. You need to take it down and play it. I don't know how to play it, and I have no desire to learn how to play. have not heard that about the Palestinians and their doctors. No, the protests are not the best choice. They're also not the worst thing in the world as long as they're peaceful. Can we really change what Trump is trying to do? You can if you vote in the midterms. If you turn Congress Democratic, we can stop his agenda. For the next 2 years, no, you can't. I have a cat named Franklin Stour. Are you going to smoke? I already have, and I will again. She's always known what to get me for a gift. She's the one that got me my Chris Chelios Blackhawks jersey 27 years ago. She's the one that got me my Cubs jersey, custom Cubs jersey, says Impeach 45. She's probably going to get me another one this year. It says Impeach 47. Not fade away, try to tell you. And then this here, this is really nice. This is, don't go anywhere if you're a Grateful Dead fan, if you're a Jerry fan. Hang on, I'll show you a couple more things. This is a picture of the Grateful Dead on stage at Alpine Valley. This is metal, and it was cut out with fire. It was sent to me by a fan who cut it out, made a video about him cutting it out, and sent it to me for me to hang up there. Now, hang on, there's more. This piece over here, this wooden piece, right here, you see it says every silver lining's got a touch of gray. I bought this off of Deadhead on Facebook, who laser cuts these things. He laser cuts the lyrics, and he uses different lyrics and different sayings, and sometimes it's a Steely, sometimes it's a Dancing Bear, sometimes it's a Jerry's Palm that he cuts, and when he cuts those, he cuts all the way through, and then he just takes a piece of tie-dye that he rips up, and he staples it to the back. It's a very heavy piece, but it's a very cool piece. Now, one more piece I want to show you. I go to my P.O. box one day a few years ago, and there's a big-ass box waiting for me. And it's from a follower of mine. I have a rather large following on TikTok. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, I have 1.5 million followers over there. And one of the people who follows me over there sent me a package out of nowhere from Florida. It cost him a fortune to get it to me. And he wrote a little note in there that he was downsizing at his place, and he knew none of his kids or family members wanted this, but he knew I would like it. And so he sent it to me. I'm going to show it to you. It is a pencil hand drawing of Jerry Garcia. And the way it's framed and matted is the way it showed up to me. All I did was take it out of the box and hang it on the wall. Just some follower said, hey man, I knew you'd love this. Was hanging on my wall. I'm downsizing. I need to get rid of it. And just sent it to me out of fucking nowhere. By the way, if you don't love Jimmy, I don't know that we can't be friends. Ukulele I bought in the Bahamas. Yes, that's Run DMC and the Beastie Boys in New York City in 1985. Every now and again, you got to rub some funk on it. Greatest female vocalist of all time. They see me smoking, they hate it, trying to get me to ride straight. Yes, I have, so on my walls here, I have the Grateful Dead, the Beatles, Bob Marley, several mentions of Jerry Garcia, obviously, ZZ Top, Van Halen, the Eagles, AC/DC, Cliff Burton of Metallica, John Mellencamp, the Black Crowes, Ozzy and Randy, Dave Matthews, Stevie Nicks, Jimi Hendrix, Naked Raygun, the Beastie Boys, Run DMC, the Blues Brothers, George Clinton, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and then I got a whole bunch of new stuff. I got Pink Floyd, I got another Grateful Dead piece, I got Melissa Etheridge, Iron Maiden, Rush, Cheap Trick.
I'm done vacuuming.
Thank you very much.
Anything else you need me to do, my lord?
Can you do a turn down service in the bedroom? She goes, I'm going to vacuum this morning. And I go, that's why I'll go live instead of making videos, because it catches in the background. And now she came to tell me that she's done vacuuming so I can do videos and that she's gonna go do dishes. And went, anything else, my lord?
Because I'm fucking funny. I don't care who you are.
Some head would be nice.
What?
Some head would be nice.
Wow.
Take your cat with you, though.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You wanted him.
Yeah, I did want him, but he's your cat. Give me a cat.
Here's see, Edward.
So I can show the people.
I told you.
This is our fifth and youngest and final cat.
Oh, he did not like that.
This is Eddie Van Halen.
Hey, puppy. Hi, baby.
Don't you have dishes to do?
TV.
No, what's up?
I need Shark or Dyson to send you a stick vac. We'll do a nice video on it.
Because this is good for small projects, but not the whole house.
It's not a. It's not a whole house.
Yeah. Well, get out of here. Oh shit! Jesus Christ.
And it's like I did the living room, kitchen, dining area, and our bedroom and the hallways, and that's it. It's done.
Battery wise.
Yeah, and I dumped it.
Yeah, this is nice for like little spills and shit like that. We'll have to look at a whole house unit.
What?
Yeah.
Look at us moving up in the world.
We're moving on up, moving on up.
Okay, I'll leave it.
With that YouTube money. All right, yeah, take your cat. Thank you. Love you. He is a chunk monk. Yes, he is a chunk monk. He's our biggest cat. He's our youngest cat, and he is attached to her. Like, and I mean, it like follows her through the house like a dog. Wherever she's at, he's at. That's why he was here. She opened the door to come talk to me, and he was like, "All right, let's go talk to him." The clan is upset at your dismissing the meeting, Tom. You got the wrong Tom, motherfucker. I'll be punished accordingly. By who? The coward that can't even put his face behind his words? Wisconsinite son and mom here. We are curious what your shirt says. It says, it's okay. It's Mexican flag, MAGA, and it says Mexicans aren't going anywhere. Got it on the TikTok shop. I got my cat 2 days ago. Taxi is her name. Neighbors will think I'm crazy when I'm yelling for taxi. Well, yeah, they probably will. Good morning to you, Fatima. Tariffs shouldn't be an executive thing, too much at risk to leave it to one person. That's why Congress is trying to push back now and get control of it into their hands. Did you go to any rally yesterday? No, I did not go to a rally yesterday. My son had a bowling tournament yesterday, and that's where we were. I have a Russian blue that took down our 80-pound pit bull in the backyard because, yeah, certain cats can really step it up a notch. Most of ours are they just like to chill. They're just lazy. They're not really doing anything. They're taking their normal midday 10-hour nap. My beard is silky. I think you and I have different ideas of what silky means. Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, you are boring the shit out of me. Excuse me, guys. I got to take the trash out. There, now Caged Lion has been hidden for the remainder of this live, which means he can still comment, but none of us will be able to see it. So he will effectively just be screaming into the yawning chasm that is the interwebs. Go fuck yourself, you fucking child. I have a psycho doggy named Loki. We have a dog too. We have a yellow lab named Clyde. We had a black lab named Bonnie, but she died a little over a year ago. Have I seen the movie Kingpin? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Very funny movie. Yeah, we had 2 labs. One of them died. There was something wrong with her. She died at the age of 7. It was really weird. It was a freak thing. It came out of nowhere. And so then we were down to 1 dog, and we decided to just stay at 1 dog, especially considering his age. He's 9-ish, maybe almost 10. And we don't want to enter the puppy phase now. We'll see when he eventually passes, where we're at. If we do get another dog, it'll probably be a much, 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 much smaller dog that's a lot more easy to travel with. What was the movie he melted? Was that the movie he melted the bulls? Huh? Yes. Yes, it was. I'm 18 years old. Any life advice for me? Yes. Don't take advice from strangers on the internet. You have a really big cat hanging around your ranch, which would move on and stop stalking and killing my goats. Oh, you have a cat. Yeah, there was a person here talking about clan meetings, which is why you don't see it anymore, because they're no longer here. Tacos are reason enough to love Mexicans. I'm trying to tell you. Who the fuck doesn't love tacos? Who the Who doesn't love tacos? I mean, okay, we're going to have to take another person out. Sorry. Tacos rule. Exactly. And this taco head is multifunctional, because you got like the Admiral, old school Admiral, or you could just go Napoleon with the motherfucker. And then I have this one, which I keep handy. And then, of course, there's the taco pillow. It's got a face on it. Just say. My love of tacos is well documented. Burritos in Margaritaville for you? The pillow was sent to me. The two hats came off of Amazon. Just go to Amazon and type in taco hat, or Google if you don't like shopping at Amazon. Appreciate you talking some music, especially the Jerry Life. See you at J-Rad Show. I'm not going to be at any more shows. I go to comedy shows now, and then I travel. I like cruises and shit like that, but probably no more concerts for me. Shiver me tacos. I learned how to make barbacoa from a 97-year-old Mexican woman. I don't know how to make barbacoa, but I do know how to make birria, and I just took bits and pieces from different birria menus. My wife and I, took bits and pieces from different birria menus and put them together to where it works for us, and we've got kind of like a little system down. And it turns out well. You know, it turns out good for us. I think it's got just enough spice. Just enough kick and plenty of flavor, and we just make enough of it, because it's such a process that when we do it, we make enough of it that fucking everybody's getting some birria. Chair sniffing crew check? What the fuck does that mean? Our cat Snarf is your cat Eddie Van Halen's doppelganger? Yeah, my daughter's got a cat who is Eddie's doppelganger too. Like, those gray tabbies always seem to look exactly the same, and they always seem to be chunkers. Best $15 a month you'll ever spend. My great-grandparents came to Texas from Germany in 1870. They had lots of sons who married those fantastic women who cooked the best food in the world. I grew up with tamales and wurst and great music. Sounds like a hell of a combination. My parents are a combination of first generation born in America Sicilians and Southern Indiana hillbillies. So I grew up on a combination of Southern down home, fill your gut cooking and Italian food. Doesn't have to be the last question. This person says, last question, sir. Are you in a red or blue state, and what's the political atmosphere like? What do you see when you go out? I'm in a very blue state in Illinois. I am in the Chicagoland area, so it is predominantly liberal, but I do live in the very far southwest segment of that suburban area, so I live in a predominantly red town with a lot of Trump supporters. That's turning more and more purple as it continues to grow. So what I see from like our local social media, like Facebook pages, is a lot of people that like to call me out on a lot of shit, but when I go out in public, the only people that ever actually walk up to me and speak to me are people that go, hey, I follow you online and I love what you do. I love what you say. Obviously, the closer to the city you get from where we're at, the more liberal it gets. My daughter is a sophomore at UIC in the city of Chicago, and it is just fucking liberal city. We have a governor that protects women's right to choose. I live in a sanctuary state. I live in a state that has legalized recreational and medicinal cannabis. A state that is not going to allow ICE agents to just run rampant through its cities and go into its schools. So while the immediate town I live in has more than its fair share of Trumpers, the area that I live in, it's blue. No, the Indiana-Illinois land swap deal is never going to become reality, in my opinion. And no, I will probably never live in a blue state. Or I mean a red state. My apologies. Like, I'm not going to retire to Florida or something like that. If we were to ever leave, if we had to leave the state of Illinois, I would most definitely seek out another blue state if at all possible. To be honest with you, I'd love to go to Colorado if I had to leave, but I have no desire or intention on leaving Illinois. Oh, I'm going to keep up. Listen, if you're a part of this page, tell everybody you know about this page, because here's the deal. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to make daily content until I'm fucking dead, or unless I'm on vacation. And even when I'm on vacation, you're still going to get daily fucking content out of me. It's just, you're just going to get vacation content instead of a lot of political content. I did content for 5 fucking years for fun. Then they started paying me for it. Now I'm like, yeah, we're good. You want content? I'll give you all the fucking content you like, because I love making content. You know, I do it for a living. Hang on a second here. Private, apply. Okay. I'm just going to release a few videos right quick since it's the top of the hour. Give me just 30 seconds. Bear with me here. I have videos scheduled to plop off all day long, but a couple of hours I pick throughout the course of the day where I'll just do a mass release of a handful, anywhere from 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 in one chunk. Florida is one state I could never live in. I can go to Florida to visit. I got no problem with that. Especially since the cruise ships that we like to go on sometimes depart from Florida, but I could never live in Florida. Every silver lining's got a touch of gray. Yes, it does. What is this? I'm in a conservative province in Canada, and I'm looking to retire in the next province, which is liberal. But that's due to not wanting to have to live through the winters here. I totally understand that. The winters get tougher as you get older, and Chicago is no different. I mean, we got really bad winters here. And so people tend to go, I'm not fucking doing this. I'm going to move to Arizona or New Mexico or Florida or something like that. I'm going to stay right here. The shirt, once again, says MAGA. Mexicans aren't going anywhere. Hoping Carney wins in Canada. We don't need any more Trumps. I got this shirt on TikTok Shop. If you go to the links in the description of any one of my videos, you'll see all the different links for every link to my website, link to my Facebook, link to my LinkedIn, link to this, link to that, and you'll see a link to my TikTok. If you go to my TikTok, I do TikTok Shop affiliation. You'll see this in my showcase. If you buy it through that link, I get a commission. It's not my shirt, but I get a commission if you buy it through my link. So if you could go to TikTok and buy it there, that would be greatly appreciated. Your boy makes a couple of bucks. Alberta is considered the Texas of Canada, but there are actually more liberals than conservatives. You guys question, is it true that South Korea doesn't charge tariffs on most U.S. imports? I don't know. I'd have to go take a look. Test, says global. Test. Is this thing on? Test. Is this thing on? PP is Maple MAGA, and we've seen how original MAGA works, so I hope tariffs on most... Hang on a second. I hope we vote accordingly here. Huh? I am wondering what you think about the cutting of Medicaid and Social Security and food stamps for people like me who have nonverbal autistic children that can't work because I'm a single mom. I think it's grotesque. I think it's disgusting. It shouldn't be happening. But unfortunately, we had a series of people, millions of people, who would typically vote Democrat that just could not bring themselves to vote for Kamala Harris because of, presumably, what they're telling us is her stance on the Middle East. And now we have fascism. And so benefits like those are going to continue to be cut. Benefits like those are going to continue to suffer. And programs like those are going to be targeted for elimination until we can get Democrats back in control. Joe, take it easy, brother. Family, friends, and faith are GOP slogan. He wants to take it back to the days where you throw your handicapped children on the side of the mountain. What do you make of hypermodernity? I'd have to look up what that is. I don't know what it is off the top of my head, if I'm being completely honest with you. I voted for Kamala too. Unfortunately, not enough of us did. I have not read The Contrarian. Hello, hi, hello. There is nowhere in Canada where you can escape winter. I wouldn't imagine so. You can't escape winter here in Chicago. Why do you suppose the news organizations aren't following all the... I don't know, I saw a lot of news coverage about it. You know. The winters in BC are a lot milder than the other provinces? Okay. I hate feeling hopeless, like there's nothing I can do about anything anymore. Social Security and food stamps need to show up every month or we are fucked. All you can do is keep contacting your members of Congress and keep contacting your representatives and your senators. This year, Newfoundland has been very mild in the way of snow. We had very little snow. We only used I got a brand new snowblower sent to me, and only used it one time. And really, it wasn't even big enough to really break that one out. A stage in society where our technology and advanced in medicine, knowledge, and so on is happening so quickly that history isn't a valid indicator of our possible future. Okay, listen, man, I'm not even fucking close to being stoned enough to jump into all of that. You know what I mean? I was just going live for a little bit to bullshit. You guys are trying to fucking... We're going to time out on that one right there. I don't own a shovel. Okay. Oh my God. What's up, Minnesota? Bathtub Larry? No, I don't. Oh my God. It makes the brain hurt sometimes. It makes your brain banana get mushy when you read some of the comments. People just ask you the most inane shit. Just, you know, I've had people just come into the comment section and go, what's your favorite brand of dish detergent? What kind of lug nuts do you have on your car? Like I said, it's enough to make you just want to fucking bash your head into a fucking wall sometimes. What's your favorite cheese? Pepper jack. But it depends, right? Because I'm not going to use pepper jack cheese for my nachos. So what are we having? You tell me what we're having, and I'll tell you what my favorite cheese is. You know what I mean? I don't think a decoder ring could do it. To the person that said I need a decoder ring, I don't think a decoder ring could do it. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. I have access to some of the best weed Northern Illinois has to offer. And it doesn't allow me to understand half of the shit that's going on there. Bathtub Larry says he needs his McRib money? Wait, is Bathtub Larry a crackhead or something? What the fuck? I mean... Jesus, Mary and fucking Joseph. Bathtub Larry needs his fucking McRib money. Can anybody else picture a tweaker just like living in their bathtub? Do you like the show Shameless? Never saw it. What's your favorite soda pop? Orange Crush. And just so that we can knock out some of these early before any of you even need to type them, my favorite color is blue. My favorite football team is the Indianapolis Colts, and I wipe front to back. I'm an NS, have lived in Vancouver in the 90s. Okay. What is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? 6 knots per hour. What is the proper water to solid mixture for the adequate spackle compound needed to do an 84 unit condo building in under 3 days? What's the inventory number of a 1974 bumper bracket for a Volvo? No, I know it's a Monty Python quote, but shit just comes out of nowhere, man. Just fucking random shit, man. Just what's your favorite polymer to be used in plastic injection molding machines that are set to make your black hair combs? What is the speed limit in Manitoba after 9 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays? How many additional centimeters per year does your nutsack hang with each additional year of aging? You think I need a break from the insanity? You think I might be losing it just a little bit? You think I need to get on a big boat and cruise around the Caribbean, you say? Probably would already be doing that if I didn't have to replace this motherfucking fence this year. That's quite literally what we would probably be seriously looking at doing. Because, we could use a getaway, and unfortunately this fence is 18 years old and the posts are just rotting away, so I had to put a deposit down on a new fence. You know what I mean? So, and since we just got the mulch done yesterday, the good news is that if the fence does collapse, at least it's going to look very nice back there for all of our neighbors. Yeah, Poison and Motley Crue are considered classic rock. If you have your Alexa play classic rock for you while you're doing the dishes or doing the laundry or whatever the case may be, cleaning the house and shit like that, eventually you're going to hear some Motley Crue, some Bon Jovi, some Poison, some Cinderella, some Warrant. Do your kids watch your videos? My 3 older kids do. My younger kid does not have access to TikTok, my 13-year-old, but my daughters are 20, 23, and 35, so yeah, they definitely watch. Okay, I'm about done hearing about Bathtub Larry. There we go. I am vaccinated. I have not heard any solo Bruce Dickinson, so I don't have an opinion on it. Pink Floyd rocks, Sabbath rocks. G's what? Username. You had an emotional breakdown when you heard Linkin Park on a classic rock station? I mean, think about this. The 80s, the shit that I'm talking about, that's 40 years ago. Why, Tom, did you have to for work? What does that mean? Did you ever follow the Grateful Dead back in the day, or are you just a big fan? Yes, I did. Should I start smoking? Never smoked. Don't ask me. I don't know you. I ain't giving you life advice. The late 1900s? Yeah, that's Not exactly how I want to refer to it. No, I was already retired by the time the pandemic hit. Foo Fighters on your classic rock station. It took 6 weeks last summer, totally unplugged, no TV, no internet, no talk radio. Was glorious. I can't do that. I earn as a content creator. That's how I make my money. So I can't take 6 weeks off. I can take a couple of days off here or there, you know. But like even when I go on vacation, I'll be making content, you know, just vacation related content, and nowhere near as much of it as I normally do. But you'll still get content from me. The way I screamed the first time I realized Soundgarden was classic rock. Yeah, see, that's uncalled for, right? Totally uncalled for. Anything that you grew up with in the 90s is now 30 years, 3 decades old. Who do you think is better, AC/DC or Led Zeppelin? AC/DC. Wow, that's a lot of colors and stuff. Queen or the Beatles? The Beatles. 3 decades old music has talent, unlike a lot of stuff today. Indeedy heebie-jeebie. Sweets and stuff. Could you ease back, or you're gonna have to be put in timeout? Okay. I tried to ask nice the first time. Yesterday was the anniversary of Kurt Cobain. I despise Nirvana. Rage Against the Machine or Floyd? Floyd. Led Zeppelin by far way better than AC/DC? I disagree. Nirvana or Queen? Just so that we're aware, just so that you understand what my answer is going to be for any question like this. If it is Nirvana or pick a fucking band, pick the other fucking band. My answer is always going to be the other band other than Nirvana. I dig me some Anthrax. Nine Inch Nails is okay. Allman Brothers was really good. You sent $100. Where'd you send it to? What's wrong with Nirvana? I hate Nirvana. I hate Nirvana. I think... So I've said this before, I'll explain it again. I was born in 1972. I turned 10 in 1982. My formidable teen years, my junior high and high school years were in the 80s. And what was dominant in the 80s, what I grew up with, was hair metal. Now, I grew up listening to classic rock with my cousins and shit like that. So I was already into the Pink Floyd and the Allmans and all of that shit from the 70s and the 60s and stuff like that. But I grew up with hair metal. Okay, cap, whatever the fuck that means. You can say it once. If you're going to bomb the thread with it, you're just going to get put in timeout, though. I hate saying shit like that, but you just say it once. It's cool. You know what I mean? Anyway. The music scene when I was in my formidable years was all about having a good time. It was all about partying and getting laid and getting high and all of that shit. Don't want nothing but a good time. And we leave the 80s and we enter into the 90s, and my generation leaves high school and enters into young adulthood. And then all of a sudden, everything on TV changes with the onset of the video for Smells Like Teen Spirit. Now everything is grunge. It's dark. It's angry. It's bitter. It's not about having a good time. It's about bitching about life. It's about bitching about the man and the system and all of this stuff. And the entire attitude surrounding music changes. Okay. Sorry, I got to take some fucking trash out. These fucking jagoffs that just come into the goddamn chat room and just spam because their fucking brains don't function properly. Because they have no fucking idea how to function in a fucking society. If you're one of these fucking cocksuckers that goes into a fucking live and just spams whatever the fuck idiot comment comes into your tiny little fucking brain, you need to seek professional fucking help. There's something fucking wrong with you. Okay? Back to what I was talking about. Everything turned dark. Everything turned gray. Everything went from having a good time and partying your asses off to being dark and angry and pissed off. And I hated it. I hated the change. I hated the death of hair metal. And I hated the sound that did that to it. And that sound was Nirvana. And personally, I don't even, like, I like grunge music to a degree. I like Soundgarden. I like Stone Temple Pilots. I like Pearl Jam. There are tons of bands I like. Nirvana is fucking nails on a chalkboard. Alice in Chains rocks. Nirvana is nails on a fucking chalkboard to me. No, there's nothing wrong with being dark from time to time, but when your entirety, the entire catalog of your fucking music is just life fucking sucks, which is what grunge was all about in the beginning. It was just like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. No, I was just a kid when Disco Demolition went down. Yeah, at grunge, I just never understood it. There are some of it that I like, but yeah, I never understood it. The 50s, musically, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. 4 consecutive decades where the dominant music of the time was about having fun, having a good time. And then grunge shits on all of that. Screamo, I don't really get into either. I mean, very, very, very little of it. I couldn't tell you one Godsmack song. I'm sure there's one on my list somewhere, but I couldn't tell you one. Oh, the Birds? No. So, this window leads to the side of the house. This window leads to the back of the house, the backyard. And right outside this window is a flowering crabapple tree. And down this wall is the deck where the bird feeders are. So the birds sit up in these trees and tweet, 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 and come down and get some food and go back and so forth and so on. But listen, guys, we're coming up on 10:30 here, so I'm gonna go get ready to make some actual content. I got videos already scheduled to go off here on YouTube. Make sure you tell everybody you know about this place, please. Get them all over here watching the content. That would be a great help to me. Thank you very much.